In this video, I'll continue to explain the usage of 4 useful JFR tools and share a small case study at the end. First, let's learn about the Extend Curve tool. Using the polygon mirror curve, draw an outline of a 4-leaf clover. Open Extend Curve. The first option extends in the x-axis direction. Of course, it's the incorrect operation. You need to rotate the curve 90 degrees. Enter the distance to extend. If you use a negative number, it extends to the left. Rotate to horizontal. Extending the y-axis is vertical. Similarly, positive number extends upward and negative number extends downward. The number of surface control points is the same as the number of curve control points. Continue to the next option. The z-axis is facing the present view. We need to rotate the view to see the extended surface. This is the direction of the z-axis, which is the depth. Screen normal means the extension direction is aligned with the present view. After modifying the values, click this button to refresh the display. We need to rotate the view to see it. Click to refresh again. This allows for more flexible extension directions. However, I prefer to use it in an upright view. Click OK to generate. This option is less used. Custom is a more common option. We can set an extension in any direction we want. And press Shift to extend it vertically. Open the both, it will extend to both sides. When solid is opened, it is capped by default. CV number controls the number of surface segments generated. Change this to 6. The control point of the generated surface is 6 segments. I would normally use the single surface cap to close it. And then continue editing the shape. Or I'll use Make Uniform. This gives me a smooth, bulging surface. You can then adjust the size of the fillet edge directly. I'll show you how to do it. Adjust the control point of the center outward, and the concave will disappear. This is the basics of single surface modeling. Same principle applies here. I'll be doing a series of tutorials on how to model single surface in the future. Moving on to the next tool. JFR Pipe tool with UI. The advantage is real-time preview. Scrolling the mouse wheel in the input box, we can change the values smoothly. The second input box controls the number of surface points generated. Generally, a minimum of 6 points is required. Less than 6 points will result in the pipe not round enough. I'd suggest 8 points. Look at the options on the right. First, pipe without caps. Flat cap on the head and round cap on the tail. The third is the opposite of the second option. Both sides are flat. Both sides are round. Generated. This pipe has the same number of control points as the curve. Compare it with Rhino's pipe tool. Explode it. There's too many control points. It is very difficult to make modifications after creation and can only be recreated. Using JFR's pipe tool allows you to control the number of points and saves computer memory. Finally, it supports batch generation. Next tool. Extend. It's similar to extend curve. Set the number to 5. The extended control points will be in 5 rows. The 3 input boxes represent the X, Y, and Z axes. Drag horizontally to modify the first parameter. Drag vertically for the second parameter. Change the value to 0.5. The third parameter controls the Z-axis depth. Open the control points. The distance between each row of points is 0.5. Since the third input box has 1, the distance between rows of points in this direction is 1. Click this arrow to extend in any direction without restrictions. The operation is simple, similar to JewelCAD. Next tool. Loft Surface. It's the same as the Loft Surface tool in the Rail tool. After this explanation, I won't repeat it. Let's look at how to use it. Select an edge. Click the next edge to connect. It will connect the surface along the U and V directions of the surface. Since the surface is already selected by default, this edge is also selected. No need to click again. Directly click the upper edge to close it. Open the control points to see. You can continue editing the surface, modifying its shape. Now, I'll demonstrate how to create increase. Click once to connect, and click a second time to generate a crease. Since it's selected by default, click once more. Hold Shift and left click, then click again to remove a row of control points. Switch freely between Add and Remove. Delete Input automatically removes the original surface. Press space to generate. This method is more convenient than offsetting solid surfaces. These are the UV direction settings. Sometimes, the U direction of your surface is not set correctly, causing connection errors. We can click this button to reverse it. So, how to see the U and V directions of the surface? In Standard Bar, you can find the Analyze Direction icon. This shows the 3 direction arrows on the surface. U is the red arrow, V is the green arrow, and Normal is the white arrow. This is the rule for Rhino software, so please remember it. Press the initial letter of the option on the command prompt to reverse directions. This tool also supports connecting surfaces and curves. Ensure the direction of the surface and curve is consistent. Surface, curve, and surface. After generation, continue to modify the shape. Then learn how to connect curves. Draw a square. Offset. Activate the tool and then select curves in order. If you make a mistake, just click Undo or Redo. Click to generate a crease. Shift and click to change to a rounded edge. Switch freely according to your preferences. Or we can do it like this. I want to create a gradient crease. Click around a circle. You can have rounded or sharp edges. Open control points and adjust the shape. This tool is used very frequently in our work. Finally, I'll use Loft Surface to share a ring case study. Now let's make this ring. Create a ring size. Set the start point to bottom, the number to 16. You can choose your preferred diameter. Offset a curve. 1.7. Move up by 0.4. Create a gradient thickness. Draw a straight line. Use this line to trim half of the circle line. Set extend cutting lines to yes. In the right view, move the curve to the left by 1. Vertical mirror. In the Curve tool, find Tween between two curves. Set number to 1. Then open the control points. Adjust the height of the curve. Use Scale 2D. Enter 0 and press Enter. Adjust the control points in the normal direction. Right-click to repeat this command. Lower the curves on both sides. The layer difference ends here. Then generate the surface. Click Loft Surface. Remember to click a second time to create creases. Press space. Switch to a different layer for better view. Since record history is turned on, you can adjust the curve's points to change the ring's shape. This method makes adjusting the shape much easier. Revolve at 180 degrees. The bottom part is flat, so ignore it. Increase the slope. Single surface modeling increases the speed of the software and is easier to modify because there are fewer control points. That's why I prefer single surface modeling. Shape is almost adjusted. Make it taper. Wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. Select the curve and hide it. Switch to render mode to check. Use twist for a better looking twisted effect. Finally, apply a material to the ring, and it's done. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please share this video and subscribe to us. See you next time.